How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Fitness. Today we're going to be looking at what Robert Pattinson did to get his new superhero physique for the Batman movie. So before training, Robert Pattinson actually had a really good physique. He was quite slim, lean, had veins, had a six-pack, but he was too small for the role. He needed to bulk up, and which makes sense because if you think about it, if you think of superhero movies, you think of Chris Hemsworth as Thor, you think of Henry Cavill as Superman, people who are big, they're large. Or even previous Batman, you think of Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, they got swole to play Batman. So Henry Cavill had to do a lot to get ready for this role. So to get ready for the role, he decided to hire a full team. So, a coach, a PT, a dietitian, etc. And these coaches started to put his training on the beach. So he did a lot of long distance runs, so like 5 to 10K runs. He did a lot of sandbag training. So things like sandbag squats, sandbag running, walking lunges, etc. In addition to that, he also did boxing drills and circus training. Now all this is a lot of cardio, which I'm thinking he needs to bulk up to play Batman. So I think his training was very cardio based, which I do sort of disagree with, looking at his aim for the role from what I heard from interviews. And he did actually manage to put on more muscle overall. So he got leaner. He went from around 12% body fat to around 10.9-ish, and we able to put on a bit of muscle around the shoulder area from boxing drills and around the core area, because his circuit training was actually a lot of core exercises. So for his circuit, he did bicycle crunches, dumbbell side bends, double crunches, and Superman holds, which is actually pretty ironic since he's playing Batman. That just clocked on in my head now. So naturally, because of this, his core muscles were really well developed. Like once he managed to lose that little bit of body fat that he had, his abs looked insane. Like both the main abs and the side abs as well, like the obliques. But he also did a lot of boxing drills. So because of this, his neck got quite thick, and his shoulders were quite a good amount of muscle built on there as well. If you notice from the iconic shots you see of him sort of leaning back with the light upwards, you can see the frontal delt is quite well developed, and one of the fights in the movie, which I don't have footage of unfortunately, his lateral delt are also quite well developed. So overall, I would say that his training was really good for losing fat while putting on small amounts of muscle. However, I do think he could have optimized it more. I think he could have done more training to focus more primarily on putting on muscle and losing fat, because he was already quite lean. Overall, looking at the before and the after, I think this was a success. I think he did put on more muscle than he lost. I think he burned off a lot of fat. He had a better physique at the end than he had at the beginning, which is always obviously a win. However, I think he could have optimized it more. I think he did more gym training. He did used more dumbbells and barbells, used more sort of compound exercises to build muscle, rather than beach training. I think he was already very lean, so he didn't need to do all that running. I do agree with the boxing drills. I think boxing drills are the best way for a man to put on muscle while losing fat, because you're moving a lot, your body's constantly on pace while you're sort of hitting the shoulder area as well as your neck. Because if you know, like a lot of boxers have wide necks because it sort of need that neck movement when you're in the ring, and having that large neck does actually give you that sort of wide sort of jawline to the look. So yeah, I do agree with the boxing drills, but I do not agree with the cardio aspect of it, like all those long distance runs. So overall, I would give his training a solid 6 out of 10. But of course, it's only a 6 out of 10 because I'm taking the training and comparing it to what he wanted to achieve. So it's just sort of my own perspective on it, comparing goals to training method. But anyways, if you guys want to see me do this training method, let me know in the comments down below. Actually, I'm planning a video where I'll try out the Batman workout. As usual, if you guys find this video helpful, please leave a like and comment and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing, mostly helps out the channel. And if you have any sort of questions, anything you want to see, let me know down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.